Hello and welcome to Staying Ahead of the Curve. I'm Jeff Snyder, Vice President and Senior Consultant with the firm Kamak Retirement Group. This program is designed to bring to you, the viewer, the latest trends and concepts in the U.S. retirement system. So let's get started. Joining me now is Assistant Director of the Washington State Retirement System, Shawn Merchant. Shawn, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Every organization, whether it's DRS, whether it's another state, another municipality, they're all unique. They have their unique cultures, their unique, so that's very qualitative. You know, in the investment world, we're used to really quantitative, looking at the performance,
Right.
1, 3, 5, 10, looking at versus the index and the category averages, et cetera, looking at fees and things like that are really quantitative. But this is kind of a little outside, this is qualitative, this is a little outside the normal comfort zone of most investment boards or retirement professionals.
I think that's true. A lot of times I think, like you say, you'll look at it, or organizations may look at it strictly from the numbers. We, I guess you could say, kind of do more of a soft look at it. It is more subjective a lot of times. The numbers need to be there. We need to see performance because we're a high accountability organization and demand performance. But that's not mutually exclusive. You got to have the performance, but also the soft skills, the cultural aspect that meshes perfectly with our organization if you want to be a success and a successful team member and partner.
And it's not a one-size-fits-all. I mean, and as someone who works not only in with governmental plan sponsors, but every organization is really unique and has that different feel to it. And you've got to be able to mesh your solution or try to adapt your client's solution. That's the idea of being a consultant or being an outside third party. You've got to adapt. And so you're looking for partners who will adapt to what you need, not vice versa.
When we look to partner with a new consultant, a record keeper, we have we're fortunate enough to have a plan that's of a large enough size that we can get some really good talent. But we don't want to also just fit into one size fits all in terms of what they provide to us through marketing or outreach or research. We want them to be flexible enough to look at how we do things and how we would like to see things go out to adapt to their style to meet our needs and our style as well. We don't want a cookie cutter approach to outreach or marketing. We want them to work with us to truly get to know us and what our members need, because we do customer satisfaction interviews every month to find out what our members want and are expecting, and we try to meet those expectations. So we expect our partners to be flexible enough to do the same.
That's a pretty high standard. I mean, if you're going out and soliciting your membership and getting their feedback, how do you synthesize those data points and then implement change? I mean, you've got a large staff, you've got great team leaders, great director, but you have to synthesize data on a monthly basis to effectuate change on behalf of your membership. That's a challenge.
It is a challenge. When we first started doing this, we're about 3 years down the journey. We solicited a pretty large segment of our membership population and asked them, what would it take for you to be totally satisfied with us as an organization? Because we wanted to go from just satisfaction to really meeting all of their expectations. And out of their interviews, it wasn't a survey, it was an interview, so it was open-ended questions, and we just talked to them and let them speak and express what they thought and what they wanted. We were able to boil that down into some key areas. And so as we do the monthly interviews, we have these areas broken out, and things generally tend to fall into the categories. There are some miscellaneous, but generally they fall into the categories. And out of those interviews, we do get actionable data. And we have made changes systematically or programmatically here to improve our business directly to support what they have asked for. A lot of it is driving more things to the web, making it easier for people to do things for themselves on the web so they don't have to necessarily call someone at our office. Those are the type of things that we can ferret out by doing these monthly phone calls.
Your organization's active in a lot of national organizations. You're participating in entities like NAGDA, National Association of State Retirement Administrators, where it's in the best interest of everyone to share best practices. Right. I mean, at the end of the day, you're driving to build a better retirement system.
Right.
And so you oftentimes are chatting with each other and trying to share ideas and concepts, correct?
Exactly. when we go to the organization's meetings or annual meetings, we do interact with our peers. We do have a culture of sharing. We want to be a best practice leader, but that's not to say that we're the best. We are continually looking for improvement. We're looking for changes that are going to improve our organization, either internally or externally, provide better service to our customers ultimately. And we may not have all the answers. We don't think we're the smartest people on the block, but we're willing to listen. So we'll find best practices anywhere. And if it works here and is going to be better for our members, we're going to do whatever we can to implement that. And talking to peers is a great way to get some outside input.
Great. Shawn Merchant, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thanks. I want to thank you all very much for joining us on this edition of Staying Ahead of the Curve. Hope you enjoyed the panelists and the insight that we learned today, and I hope you tune in again for more Staying Ahead of the Curve. Thank you, and goodbye.